Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today I'm gonna create first composition in my watercolor channel. I search a lot watercolor composition in YouTube, and I only found two or three watercolor composition. So I decided to create a lots of watercolor composition for you guys. Those are want to crack art college entrance exam. So that's why today I'm gonna create a composition. You can see this is a birdseller, and I just applied the sky area, you can see, with flat brush. And the sky is I use cobalt blue and ultramarine blue, and for the tree area you can see I use a little bit of ochre green and ultramarine blue. So you can see how I apply with my mini flat brush. See, I just wet the foreground area, and then I apply yellow ochre and permanent orange. Little bit of permanent orange here I use on the foreground. When you put the color on the paper, don't be hesitate. In the first layer you can see how I apply the color on the foreground area. Before it's dry, I use little bit of ultramarine blue for the shadow part. You can see how I apply it on the foreground, and you can see how it is blending, and that's the beauty of watercolor. And you can observe when I apply the color on the page, I don't be hesitate, I just flow the color and it will automatically blending each other. This is create a harmony, and this is the beauty of watercolor. You should try to create your composition like this, because this is the beauty of it. And here I create the plastic which is hanging through the rope, and I use a little bit of ultramarine blue and Payne's gray for the blackish effect. And then before it's dry, I add some detail with my rigger brush. With my rigger brush, I just create the background element. You can see how I create it. came on my foreground, the main object, the main figure. And here for the skin tone I use yellow ochre and a little bit of burnt sienna. You can see how I apply the color on the paper. Before it's dry, I just apply some more color for some value and create some play, and so that's why I add some more color on the face and on hands. With flat brush I create the drapery and it's not a drapery, it's a sart. So you can see how I create it. The sharp pigmentation, you can see it is 2 on 10. I use less color and more water, because it is a base color. And before it's dry, I add some detail on the shirt. And here I use ultramarine blue and little bit of scarlet because I want some darkest effect. So you can see how I create the dhoti, which is created through my Staedtler brush. It is a round brush and also synthetic brush it is. So you can see how I create it. This birdseller is almost done, so I add some detail when it's totally dry because my first and second one is almost done. You can see. so this two figure, it's not our main object, so that's why I didn't try to create a lots of detail. You can see how I wash the color on this figure. I just create the harmony with each and every way, so you can see how I flow the color on the surface, and you can observe I don't try to create lots of detail. I just wash the color and mix it because it will create a harmony, and it is really needed, because if I add a lots of detail in this man, then our main object will be blur, and it will create a hesitation for the viewers. So that's why I don't try to create a lots of detail. But if you are a beginner, and then you have to create every kind of detail in your composition, always remember that. But I don't create too much detail on this figure. When it will dry, I add some cheap detail, and you can see when I create the child, I use the same process. I just cover the drawing with some flat color. You can feel I just create the harmony, because this is the main thing of watercolor. Our painting is almost done. We need some shadow and some detail on the foreground area, and then our painting will be done. And then I will sign. Oh, sorry, my brush. I have to create the cage. I forgot to create the cage area. See how I add some detail, and this man is almost done. Process, I will apply this kid, and I don't try to create a lots of detail. I just use the rigger brush again, and I just create a small detail, and for the shadow part I use ultramarine blue. You can see watercolor for some cheap detail on the composition. And here it is, my composition. It is done, and I hope you will love it. Thank you so much. I will come with my another video. See you soon, and stay with me. Thank you.